Is becoming a mortgage broker actually worth it? Honestly, yes. For the right person, it's probably one of the best careers in the UK, in my opinion. Six-figure earning potential, work from home flexibility, no degree needed, a business that pays you for decades, but it is absolutely not for everyone. And in this video that you're going to be watching right now, it's probably going to be one of the only ones that will tell you the difference straight without selling you a course, because I've got nothing to sell you. So here's why it matters that you get this decision right. The people who pick this career on a whim with the wrong expectations and the wrong personality fit don't just quietly leave a year later and shrug it off. They spend 18 months earning less than the job they left. They take a hit to their confidence that they didn't see coming, and they walk away convinced they'd failed at something when really nobody ever told them honestly what they were going to be walking into. That's the cost of getting this wrong. Not a wasted year plus a knock on your belief about what you are truly capable of. And the worst part of it is the people who are telling you just go for it, they never actually sit with you at month 8 when the bank balance is going the wrong way and you're wondering what you've done with your life. So I'm not going to just tell you to go for it. I'm going to tell you exactly what makes this career one of the best in the country, exactly who it's for, exactly who should walk away from it. So by the end of this, you honestly know exactly, not optimistically, whether this is your lane. So let's start where most people start, which is the money, because that's the bit that pulls most people in, but it's also the bit that pushes most quitters out before they ever actually see the upside. The income picture is genuinely good, okay? And it is backloaded in a way that most beginners don't understand. Year one, you are earning less than you probably were before. Employed brokers start somewhere between, say, 20 to 28 grand basic with a little bit of commission as the case volume builds. But self-employed brokers in year one, they often earn less than that because the pipeline has not matured yet. So that first year on paper looks like a career downgrade. And here's the cruel bit about it all. That's exactly the point where most people quit. They look at the number, they decide the career doesn't pay, and they walk away. See, what they don't see is what's about to happen. Mortgage clients remortgage every 2 to 5 years. So once you've built 3 or 4 years worth of clients, year 3 is paying you off the back of year 1. Year 5 is paying you off the back of year 1, 2, and 3. And by the time you've been in the game properly, your old clients are essentially a back catalogue paying you over and over and over again, like royalties for songs you wrote years ago. That's the bit that's invisible from the outside. The income doesn't grow in a linear fashion, it compounds. And the career rewards people who stay long enough to see it. Established self-employed mortgage brokers comfortably earn 6 figures, and top performers can earn multiple 6 figures. And there isn't really a ceiling, because the ceiling is just how well you built your business. So when people ask if the income is worth it, the honest answer is yes. If you can survive that 18 months before the compounding kicks in, then yes, it's amazing. But if you can't, there's no career on earth is worth it to you, because none of them are going to pay properly in year 1. Then there's the lifestyle. And this is where the career genuinely separates itself from almost anything else that you can do in the UK. A self-employed mortgage broker with a properly built business runs a 4 to 5 day week, works from home or a small office, does the school runs, takes the odd Wednesday off, structures their diary around the life they want rather than the other way around. The top performers I see aren't working 60-hour weeks. They're actually reduced their hours as their systems and remortgage books have matured. Compared to, if you look at that like a state agency or something like that, which is Saturdays, it's late evenings, it's dead Sundays, brokering is a completely different sport entirely. Compared to a corporate role with its commute and all of the rest of the stuff you have to do, it's barely the same universe. But here's the bit that nobody warns you about, and it's the trap that catches most new brokers out more than anything else. The flexibility of brokering is a test, not a perk. Self-employed brokering without a default diary is not freedom, it's a job that's going to follow you into every room in your house. The brokers who get the lifestyle are the ones who built the rules. The ones who didn't have a phone they can't put down at 9:30 on a Tuesday night. Freedom with structure is one of the best lives going. Freedom without structure is just pure chaos. Most people who say that brokering will ruin their work-life balance didn't have a broker problem, they had a diary problem. They thought self-employment meant unstructured, but it means the opposite. It means that you're the one who has to build the structure because no one else is going to build it. Now, you're going to hear 2 things on the internet about the future of this industry that are designed to make you nervous, and both of them deserve a straight answer. So the first is whether brokering is oversaturated, and the second is whether AI is about to wipe it out completely. The honest answer to both of them is the same. Neither of those things is going to put a good broker out of work. The reason brokering feels oversaturated is because the same 50 visible brokers dominate LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, all of those places. So you assume the whole country must be flooded with them. but the actual market is enormous, and most of it is being served by quiet, local, often invisible brokers who don't post loads of stuff online. And around 80% of the UK mortgages right now go through a broker, and that number is climbing, not shrinking. The criteria for getting a mortgage has got more complex over the last decade, not less. Your self-employed clients, complex incomes, blended families, adverse credit, contractors, limited company directors, they are all growing groups of people who genuinely cannot navigate a lender on their own. The market doesn't need fewer brokers, it needs better ones. And AI is the exact same story, just dressed up a little bit differently. AI is brilliant at the bits of the job most brokers don't enjoy anyway. So sourcing, packaging, chasing documents, admin, that's a gift, it's not a threat. What AI can't do is sit across from a self-employed plumber whose accounts are messy, whose deposit is being gifted from his mum, whose wife is pregnant, whose credit has a default on it, whose estate agent is putting pressure on him to move things quicker, and walk him calmly through what is actually possible, what isn't, and what to protect his family against. That conversation is the job. AI doesn't have that conversation. It won't have it in the next decade, and probably won't have it ever in a way that clients trust. The brokers who think AI is their biggest threat are missing the point entirely. The brokers who use AI to handle their admin will be the ones earning the most in 2030 and beyond, and they're the biggest threat. Same thing with recessions as well. People ask if brokering is recession proof, and the truthful answer is not quite, but it's recession resilient. When the market is slow, mortgage activity slows with it, obviously, and broker income is going to take a hit. But most brokers don't disappear in recessions. Remortgages keep happening because the people roll off fixed rates regardless of what the market's doing. Protection clients as well still need cover. The book you've built keeps paying you. The brokers who survive a slow market are the ones with strong remortgage books, broad protection income, and lean overheads. The brokers who don't are the ones who chase new purchase business all the time in a hot market and never built any retention underneath them. That's not the career's fault. That's a building business fault. So if the income is good, the lifestyle is excellent, the demand is climbing, AI isn't a threat, and the career is resilient to most downturns, then why does anyone quit it? Because none of those things matter if it's the wrong fit for you. This is the part of the question that almost nobody answers honestly, because telling somebody this isn't for you doesn't sell a course. The brokers who thrive in this job share a small handful of traits, and they're not the ones you'd guess from the outside. They can hold a conversation with a stranger and make them comfortable. They can be disciplined without anyone standing over them. They can sit with a lumpy income for years without panicking, and they are okay with being in a sales job. Not pushy sales, structured, helpful sales. But they don't apologize for converting clients, and they don't carry guilt for earning commission. They can handle detail well because mortgage cases live and die on small things. And they can play the long game because the year 3 pays for year 1 and year 5 pays for year 3. And the people who want fast money, they quit before any of that ever lands. None of those traits require a degree. None of those traits require posh backgrounds. None of them require sales experience. They're personality traits. Either have them or you can build them. But you have to be honest about which ones you've already got and which ones you're going to have to develop. Because pretending you've got them when you haven't is what causes most people to drop out around month 8. And the flip side of that is just as important, because this is the specific kind of person who genuinely should not become a mortgage broker. And they deserve to hear it as much as anyone who deserves to hear, go for it. If you need predictable monthly salaries because of your life situation, brokering will torture you in year 1. It's lumpy, especially self-employed, and no amount of motivation is going to fix that. If you genuinely hate sales, you're nervous about sales, but you hate sales, this career will be a long fight and you'll be miserable all the way through it. If you can't handle detail, the compliance side of this job will eat you alive, because one wrong number or one missing document delays a case by up to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, could be longer. If you want quick money and you can't sit with 18 months of lean earnings, you'll quit at month 8 and you'll convince yourself the career was a problem. And if you can't build your own structure, if you're someone who genuinely needs a boss, an office, fixed hours, external supervision, self-employed brokering is the wrong shape for your brain. And that's not a flaw, it's just self-knowledge. Pick an employed role inside a busy firm and you can still have a brilliant career in this industry. So here's how to actually decide without any motivational pressure either way. 3 questions. 1, can you go 6 to 12 months on a lower income that you're on now with savings and a partner's income to bridge the gap? 2 is, are you genuinely okay doing a sales-led job, having conversations that end in someone saying yes to a product, not could you tolerate it? Are you actually okay with it? And 3, are you willing to be a disciplined apprentice for 18 months, taking feedback, building competence, not earning much money, and doing the work even if it's tedious? 3 yeses in this career will probably be one of the best things that you've ever done. 1 no, and you've either got something to fix before you start, or you've got an honest answer that it isn't really potentially your lane, even where you're better off than the people who didn't ask those questions and then ended up in a mess later on. If those 3 landed yes for you, the next thing you need to be real about is your timeline, because the version that you've been told about how long it really takes is almost certainly going to be a lie. And the honest one decides everything about whether you'll survive it. And that's the next video. How long does it actually take to become a mortgage broker? The full end-to-end timeline. Give it a click and learn more about that.